As for Joelle's introduction, I think I'm the broken down sci-fi graphic novel, but I can't be sure.
It's eroded.
Eroded? Oh, sorry. These poems are about climate change and mass surveillance. Message, message, mess, message, mass, message. The content of every protocol is always another protocol, as an apparatus is whipped up to hide the apparatus. Quick transmutation of limestone into concrete jungle, shale into gas, swerving in green pedestrian light again. Sound effects rush in like air to a just connected vacuum, like spirit preparing to be ignored as per and loving every minute of it. Dead plasma in the shadows, toll booths, unmarked black sedans monitoring every bit of information stamped with its time to die. So steps music because I feel like it, like guttural singing, should be allowed to cause more of our earthquakes too in a world of overexposure, as if seen through milky white steam of a sauna. Pixel smokescreen, rolling hills of pylons and wires, the sine wave of passing by. The future has changed the landscape. The language doesn't quite have the right tools to pronounce psyche. Comes out like push, ache, push up, single file into the namespace, markup, trail sign. Nice nameplate on a door, typed up eviction notice, model of atmospheric components. An expedition out into the spreadsheet forest to prove some infinities are bigger than others. It only takes real numbers to become uncountable, naked eye knocked back to fixing on a combination of stars and streetlights. Until the Coast Guard comes looking, all you can do is look on, as paper stacks go critical, carve like premature icebergs, drop like unscheduled storms, and boil back up like fracking water. How on earth to be spontaneous in a world of collapsing models? My hair goes from brown to flashing chestnut in the right light, barcode stripes, and alien hands as if sick with resentment could flesh out to malnourishment. Bones in the ghost like an inside-out ghost in the machine, a magician's switch routine so well rehearsed it could be a professional circuit, a phony speech drawn from everywhere except the heart, like fabled zero-point energy sucked out of a vacuum. Paid emotionless or calculated for repression. Be a good sport, white ghost, in that you should be dead and gone, yet come down from the mountain like Moses. Who needs a prophet to tell them someone paid for the riots? Will pay for the unrest. Met Service's inability to accurately reflect yesterday's weather, even when it comes trickling down exactly according to schedule. Taxidermy pylons, posed in step against museum matte paintings. Gazelle was dead in the savannah until a network of budget cuts stole her backdrop. Now there's your off-white plastered native landscape. Interrogated by street lamp and shadow faces, so cliche they're untrue. Meanwhile, at a black site, subject, object, dehydrated, smash a glass of cool water on her forehead. This has been going on for so long they don't even have to anymore, and still she's picking glass out of her thoughts, knowing everything there is to know except where you are. Meanwhile, at a black site, a lump of dirty clay moves all by itself, forming itself into your face, and suddenly you are Dr. Faustus, who comes across some part insect amphibian lying in the mud, and the grainy body cannot stop convulsing, yet it is dead. They're just questions. Oxygen wears off like drugs down here. Out of operating theater / taxi cab, my hair goes from brown to flashing bronze in a stormwater drain. The coup is to make a given place so unbearable we'll start paying to get rid of it, to get tricked up and out in atmospheric tech, a fine solution. I love how fracking is a bit like flipping bits on a hard disk with a magnetic needle in steady hand. Shock and awe, defrag grenade, daisy cutting low kick, for all those who are forever grilled by just being up and about. Static tower block faces beaten death to a workout soundtrack of forming igneous rocks, as though every body were just electrically cured meat. You should be doing more stair work. You should be networking, as I use a metaphor of good chemistry to say you have terrible chemistry with someone else. Either you are accounted for or you are still accounted for. even if only to watch the horizon of all our horizons download like paint drying, a big file named to hide itself. And we know this isn't going anywhere, especially if everything is only infinitesimals. Halfway forgotten staircase, halfway up to halfway. The machine left on overnight in nylon wilderness. Smoke made only of lines. Build a house with the nervous circulatory system of a loved one or organ donor as brick mortar. Really, kill to have a home. How is it any different than being kept as a cat to dispose of mouse after mouse? Thank you.
All right.
And next up is Fictioneer / Ghostbuster Brett Knight.
All right.